Can I put my hand on your pants?
Yeah. Can I touch your breast?
Yeah.
It's a year or two since I made my main series of videos about the government's rshp.scot sex education resources. These were produced in association with the Government Education Scotland, recommended by John Swinney. They've been used in schools, or been used in probably most schools in Scotland now. We've written to Shirley-Ann Somerville, the new Education Secretary, asking her if she's going to continue to be promoting them. That was about 5 weeks ago. She hasn't deigned to reply. So we're going to assume these are just going ahead. They certainly are. Now, if you're sceptical when you watch this, if you think, surely that's not what's really used in schools, then we'll provide the evidence at the end of this video. Now, the video I'm going to analyse this time is part of a lesson plan in the rshp.scot resources. I thought it had been removed. I was going to use this as the last video of the series. I thought it had been removed from the content, but now it seems to be back again. So, here we are, we will look at it. Now, to summarise the message of this video, it is to help under 16s to have good, illegal sex. There's nothing about whether they should or shouldn't be having sex as a matter of principle. Nothing about it being illegal, about the benefits of marriage instead, for example, or the dangers of having more sexual partners, or young, casual sex, or there's no mention about the fact that this is against the parents' wishes, no mention about the risks associated with sex. The main point of the video is this is about helping these two kids to have good sex, to deal with some things that might be barriers to them having the ideal sexual encounter. Now, if you're interested in keeping up with this sort of content, do subscribe to the channel. But the video I'm going to show you here is from a lesson called Consent and the Law, and it's aimed to 14, 15-year-olds. It's actually in the section for 12 to 15-year-olds, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It is in the later sections of it, so we'll say 14, 15-year-olds. So, imagine the S3 class coming into the classroom. Off goes the lesson, and the teacher shows them this video.
It's gonna be the best day of our lives. It's gonna be.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Mum and Dad are out.
What about your little brother?
He's asleep, so. Oh, sorry, my brother.
Ryan.
Just hang on.
Ow, ow.
Well, you can see the message there. The best day of my life is the song. In other words, having sex is going to be the best day of their life. In other words, this should be the ultimate priority for these 14, 15-year-olds. Mum and Dad are out. So conspiratorial tone. So basically this is the state, the teachers, the school, saying, yeah, we know your mum and dad wouldn't want you to be doing this, but hey, we're cool, we're on your side, we're going to help you to have good sex behind your mum and dad's backs. And also, I would guess most 14-year-old boys watching this, I mean, it is reasonably explicit, will be thinking thoughts along the lines of probably, I really wish that was me.
Oh. What?
Could you do that a little quieter?
Sorry, I thought that you'd like it.
No, I do. It's just, just keep it down a little.
Well, I don't have to do it at all.
Wait, what?
I can just stop.
You mean it's not from, pleasure?
Oh, no. Isn't it just what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So you can see the theme, as I said. These two don't really know what they're doing, and their sex would be so much better if they were properly trained about how to have sex. I mean, they don't even know what noise to make, do they? That's why you need sex education. Again, mention of things like the philosophy of marriage and its benefits. I mean, that's just totally at the other end of the spectrum to this sort of trivia.
Okay. Ow!
What?
You're doing it too hard.
I thought, isn't hard good?
It's supposed to be nice.
Well, I thought for girls it's supposed to hurt. It is a bit. No.
What?
Like, just a bit, isn't
Why
it?
do you think I'd be here if it was supposed to hurt? Why would you think that?
No reason.
Just, it's sensitive, okay? And you should ask me if you wanna...
What do you mean?
You know, ask me first if you want to.
I can't ask that.
Why not?
What am I supposed to say? Can I touch you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I can.
No, well, yeah, but yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. I might have said no. I'm allowed to say no.
Sure, but then I'd look like an idiot.
How?
Because, well... Okay, look. People don't talk during sex.
How do you know that?
I just know.
From where?
From films.
You mean porn?
No prize for guessing who's the most clueless, of course. It is the boy. I mean, throughout the video, basically the girl has to educate the boy in various ways. And the message here, porn spoils sex, that's certainly true. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute.
Yeah.
Porn isn't real.
Well, it kind of is.
It isn't.
You know, you see the...
Oh, okay. Can we just not?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. It's just that I thought you already said
What?
that you wanted to. To come upstairs.
Yeah, I did, but that doesn't mean that I want to have sex right now, please.
Do you?
Yes, that's what you should have asked.
Wait, do you mean?
Both. I mean both. You should have asked and yeah, I do. Do you have any condoms?
Yes. What?
Since Scottish sex education land, consent is just about the only moral standard that exists. If there's consent, it's okay. If there's not consent, then it's not. Okay, consent is important, but there are other reasons to not have sex, and they're completely omitted in this message, basically they're omitted in the whole course. In fact, those other reasons are contradicted, and the message is that consent alone is sufficient. The boy's got a condom, so obviously that makes the sex safe. You would assume no further comment made about that. Here's just a quick snippet from the Planned Parenthood website. How effective are condoms against pregnancy? If you use condoms perfectly every single time you have sex, they're 98% effective at preventing pregnancy. But people aren't perfect. So in real life, condoms are about 85% effective, which means about 15 out of 100 people who use condoms as their only birth control method will get pregnant each year. So that's a pretty significant risk for this couple who, would you imagine, might not be the most effective at using condoms. But anyway, according to the sex education resources, there's always abortion, which is presented as an easy, straightforward, uncontroversial solution if the contraception doesn't work.
Were you watching this right before you arrived?
Can you put that down, please? What are you doing?
Looking at your history.
What?
Whoa. That's a lot of porn.
This isn't fair.
I know.
I don't have your laptop.
What? Oh. Oh. No. No. I don't watch porn. Sometimes. But that's how I know it's not real.
How?
For a start, the women have no hair.
What?
They're completely bald.
I don't think we're watching the same porn.
Have you ever tried to shave your boy bits?
What? Oh.
Women have hair down there.
But you still watch it.
That's just because it's there. Even though it's like watching some weird waxwork factory, and it's the only way to work out how to impress. You know.
So they're both porn watchers, so there's obviously nothing to be embarrassed about that. So what's the problem with porn? Well, I would say some of the central problems are corrupt sexual desires away from a relationship with a real person towards becoming just a generalised appetite. Pornography is often addictive, and in the opinion of many people, including myself, it is morally wrong as well. But here they pick up on the point that it gives false expectations about pubic hairstyles.
Because we have no idea what we're doing.
I do.
You don't understand what it's like.
What are we talking about?
We have to be walking sex dolls all the time.
Who?
The right makeup, the right hair, the right selfies.
You saying you need to do all of that?
Magazines, reality TV, the news.
The news.
Walls covered in adverts with 7-foot shiny golden breasts and everyone's. Absolutely everybody's social media. Life happiness guaranteed. Just get yourself a thigh gap.
What's the thigh gap?
You know what? I'm so done. I just want to wear what I want and not have to do my hair all the time and not worry about looking like some celebrity model porn star for my boyfriend.
So you're getting the message here, very much on message as far as the Scottish Government's concerned. Gender stereotyping, bad. Now there's a valid point in there. There can be an unhealthy culture of fashion, appearance, obsession. Pornography contributes to that. But the question for the Scottish Government, obviously, is if pornography contributes to this problem, why do they promote it in schools by saying have fun with pornography, explore these different genres, etc. And while we're on the subject, the general sexualisation of young people through the rshp.scot resources is hardly going to help either, is it?
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. It's just...
So what's the problem with the picture? Well, number one, sexual relationships are meant to be exclusive romantic relationships as well. So the fact that this boy has got this image of another woman, he's using that, he's got that there because it's sexually alluring, basically that's going to hurt his girlfriend because that's not exclusive. Right, number two, sexual relationships are supposed to be, sexual desires are supposed to be individuated, not just looking for sex, but looking for a person. So if he's gawping at that image of just of a body, basically, then that's a desire for a body, and then that's going to transfer into a more general search for that type of body rather than the person within it. That's not a healthy approach to sexuality. And number three as well, if you look at the religious teaching of major religions, they would say that's just wrong, looking at a woman lustfully, etc. But what's the problem here? They ignore all those problems. They say here the problem is it makes the girl feel pressurized to conform, makes her feel inadequate. Well, yes, fine, that's true and that is a problem. But it's a subsidiary issue and they're missing the central points.
You know, you can't even talk about this sort of stuff because what, guys, they're supposed to be all macho and stuff. Like we can't feel scared. Oh.
You can talk about it to me. Hey. You can talk about it to me.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry too.
Carrying on the theme here, gender stereotyping is the problem. And the boy, of course, needs to escape from pressure to be macho and instead talk about his feelings. Here we go again. It's just a classic feminist script.
How much easier would this all be if it wasn't such a big... Like, we could just talk about it.
Oh my god. That's it!
What?
How can we even start to have these if we're not even using the word? Yeah. We have to tell somebody. We have to just start saying these things out loud. Vagina! Orgasm! Seriously? Everybody just needs to start using the words.
Could they do it a little quieter just for now?
Let's practice. Say penis. Come on. Vulva.
Oral sex.
Okay, just keep it casual.
Oral sex.
Mutual masturbation.
Urethra. Wait. Do you want to?
No, not that.
Okay.
I'm not. I actually don't think I'm ready yet.
Okay.
Maybe just other stuff.
Okay. Can I stroke your leg?
Yeah, can I lick your face?
Yeah. Can I squeeze your ass?
Yeah. Can I put my hand on your pants?
Yeah. Can I touch your breast?
Yeah. Can I?
Whoa! No.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's the real problem here? The problem is this underage illegal sex against the parents' wishes, damaging the future relationship prospects of the couple. It's also involving significant other risks as well. But as far as the Scottish Government is concerned, the real issue is that they need to learn the right words so that they can communicate with each other about what sexual acts they're going to engage in. And this project of teaching them the right words starts in nursery, starts with 3-year-olds in the Scottish Government's sex education curriculum. So here's something from a lesson plan for 3 to 5-year-olds. It includes identifying the penis, scrotum and testicles, vulva, etc. So that's all part of this process of preparing them to speak about and to consent to sexual activity. Why they need to learn about that in nursery, I've yet to hear an adequate explanation. I mean, using these terms, is that normal? Is that what adults normally do? I really don't think so. But I think it does amount to sexualization of young people, and it's effectively boosting their confidence to ask for sex. So there we go, the happy ending. The goal of Scottish sex education is that the young people engage in good, illegal, underage sex, and nothing's there to spoil it. So underage illegal sex is endorsed, commended, normalised, idealised, and the boys and girls will go out of the class with their confidence boosted to go out and have great sex themselves. And then they'll be harmed as a result. Wider society will be affected, and the government will end up picking up the pieces in the future. Right, whenever I make videos about the Scottish Government's sex education resources, there are always some people who say, I don't believe it. That's just not true. I don't know, they think I'm just making it up or something. I'm really not sure what they're thinking. But the links to all the resources I've looked at are below. You'll see some from the rshp.scot website. Now, the rshp.scot education resources are recommended by the Scottish Government, recommended by Education Scotland for use in all schools. John Swinney was personally recommending them when he was Education Secretary. Now, it so happens that Education Scotland and the Scottish Government have backed off a little bit from the rshp.scot resources. The website used to say something like, these resources were prepared in conjunction with the Scottish Government and Education Scotland. Then it said just Education Scotland and the Scottish Government just advised or consulted, acted as a consultant on them. So they're just distancing themselves from them. I wonder why that would be. That's obviously because of the pressure that's been put on them through the activities of the Scottish Family Party. Because basically it's been us that have put this on the agenda. So the government's been a bit embarrassed. So what do? Do they actually change their trivialising and vulgar sex education resources? No. They keep those in place. But they just try and back off so that they don't get the blame for them. Now, if you look at the rshp.scot website now, it doesn't mention the government or Education Scotland at all. I think that's just absolutely cowardly by the government and by Education Scotland, because they know full well that they're behind it, they've backed it, they've pushed it into schools, they've been used probably in most schools in Scotland, but they just don't want to take any of the flack for it. Now, just to show you, rshp.scot have taken off reference to the government and Education Scotland from their website, but they've forgotten to, as they've been told, inevitably, by the government or Education Scotland, but they've forgotten to take it off from their Vimeo video channel. So just to prove to you that this is what it's saying here, so this is from their Vimeo channel today, where are we, 28th of June 2021. RSHP resources have been developed by a partnership of local authorities and health boards with advice from Education Scotland and the Scottish Government. So, there we have it. So as the Scottish Family Party, what have we achieved? We've embarrassed the government and Education Scotland to the point where they have dissociated themselves completely from these resources, even though they're still actually pushing them into the schools to be used, but they don't want to be taking the flak. So is that a great achievement? No. No, we're not interested in that. What we're interested in is protecting children and young people from corruption and basically damage through these sexualising and trivialising sex education resources. And we have not succeeded in doing that. But as a political party, We will carry on the fight through the political process to achieve that as soon as we can. If you want to support us in that, do join the Scottish Family Party for as little as £4 a month, and you do that via our website. There is a link below. Do like this video if you found it interesting, and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.